Hello, my name is Nell, and I have things to say about disability, chronic illness, and mental health. I live with all of these things, as do many other people, and in my videos on my channel, I talk about them. Partly to connect with other people who live with these things and to let them know they are not going through this alone. But also to reach out to people who have no lived experience of these struggles and to hopefully offer them some understanding and some insight. If that sounds like something that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel. Come back every Wednesday when I upload new videos. Let me know what you think of my videos in the comments section, and if you know of somebody who would benefit from one of these videos, please feel free to share. Today I want to talk about grief and loss, and I want to talk about it without offering any solutions, because sometimes that's what you got to do. I want to talk to you about something that I miss, something that I have lost, something that makes me sad. It's the ocean. I miss the ocean. I love the ocean. The ocean has always been very healing to me. I grew up near the ocean for about 7 years of my childhood. I lived right on the water. Like right on the water. Like when it was high tide, the water would hit my house. This old house. It was like 150-year-old gatehouse that would watch the ships coming into harbour in Port Stephens. Right on the water. In summer, my skin was just constantly caked in salt. You didn't need to have chips, you'd just lick your own arm, covered in salt. My hair was just this mess, this salty bird's nest mess. Constantly canoeing, constantly in water, in sand. Then I moved inland and I felt like I was a mermaid drying out. It was very painful. Anytime somebody suggested going to the beach, I was very, very happy to do that. Even just lying on the sand and smelling the water and being able to just walk along the beach was like recharging my batteries, recharging my soul. And then I moved to a waterside city to go to university. And again, I was recharged. I was able to just drive 10 minutes to the breakwall. I could smell the ocean. I could just walk down to the beach. Walk along the sand, walk in the water, easy, quickly. Anytime my soul was flagging, I would just go to the water, recharge. Recharge from Mother Ocean, just tap straight into that. Then I got sicker and sicker and sicker, and trips to the ocean wasn't going to happen anymore. Wasn't going to happen. When I was in the wheelchair, I remember being driven out to the ocean, and it was painful. Physically, obviously, but also just, I looked at the ocean and I could smell it and I could hear it, but I couldn't touch it. Every part of me wanted to just get out and walk down onto the sand and bury my feet in the wet sand and walk along the water, walk in the shallows, and I couldn't. Felt wrong. Felt like I was going against nature, sitting down while in the presence of the ocean. Felt disrespectful. And some people might suggest beach wheelchairs. They are very tricky to get around and they're not as supportive as my regular chair, and they would be quite painful. So please don't offer suggestions in this. And if somebody is sharing their grief in the comments, again, please don't offer suggestions. Comfort, yes, but suggestions, no, because sometimes you just got to grieve without solutions. You just need to grieve. You just need to grieve. Sometimes being around the ocean is so painful because I can't join in. It's like being in a bakery and being starving and smelling everything and seeing everything and not being able to eat anything. It feels wrong. It feels hollow. It feels like when you miss a family member and you see them over Skype, and you just want to hold them and you can't. And I think a huge thing with loss when it comes to disability and chronic health is that you've lost it, but it's still there. I've lost the ocean, but the ocean isn't lost, it's still there. So I have to see other people enjoying it. I might be parked on the concrete, looking at the beach, not able to touch it, but everybody else is. I just can't. I've lost walking, but walking isn't lost. I just have to look at everyone else doing it, and I can't. I've lost dancing, but dancing isn't lost. It's still there, just not from me. I think that's one of the hugely confronting things about loss and grief when it comes to illness. Because we lose things that are still there. They're still there, and we have to just be haunted by them. They're just hanging around all the time, and we just can't touch them. It's like in Dante's hell, where the people are being punished in hell and they're starving and there's food right there and they can never eat it for all eternity. Where people are burning and there's water and they just cannot put their fire out for all of eternity. That's what it feels like. Because it's there. The thing you want is there. It's not lost, it's just lost for you. And that's really hard, and sometimes you think, okay, is it easier if I just don't look at the ocean ever again? Is it easier that way? To just avoid it, instead of just looking at it, knowing that I can't have what I want? I don't know, I still don't know. Because every time I see the ocean, I want to cry. I love it, but I want to cry. That's all for this one. Just gotta grieve sometimes. Just gotta grieve. Alright. Bless.